really interesting. I know nothing about this next item. So I'm going to do a lot of learning. Again, I am the trained expert when it comes to gardening. But here, I'm going to have to learn. This is a one-piece Chicago Hardy live fig tree. All right, Steph. Educate me. I'm very interested in this.
Perfect. I'm very interested in teaching you, Rick. After tomatoes, I think a fig is probably my favorite fruit. But traditionally, when you think of fig, you think of going into Greece, Italy, the Mediterranean part of Europe. And that is why this tree is so special. In the name, it's called the Chicago Hardy fig tree, Rick. And why is it called that? Because now if you live in places like Chicago, here in eastern Pennsylvania, somewhere that is going to get cold, you can grow this very Mediterranean style tree that's going to give you luscious, delicious fruit. And you don't have to worry about bringing it in for the winter. You can grow it right outside.
How unique is that, though? I mean, I grew up in Minnesota, and we had my papa. We had an apple tree, which is pretty common. There are a lot of homes, a lot of yards, a lot of gardens. But
We're here to eat again. But I actually wanted to eat this time because these are my favorite fruit. But
how rare is it though to have a fig tree? How rare is that? And what do I do when I get it? And what can I expect?
So first off, this is what you're getting at home. This is a plant that's almost a year old. It's in a half-gallon pot. I mean, this alone, look at how gorgeous she is. And this is going to give you fruit this very first year, Rick. And once you have a plant that's about 3 years old, once it's fully mature, your one tree can give you up to 100 pints of fig. And I don't know if you have ever tried shopping for figs before, but they are not cheap. So to be able to produce your own at home, pick it right off the tree, it's like eating a tomato in the sun. It's so nice and sweet and warm. It's amazing.
Wow. Do you do it like with a jam too? Do you do it like lots of different ways to have it, right?
Absolutely. I've actually made I have a fig jam recipe. If you want it, hit me up on Instagram. Happy to share it. But fig jam, it's super easy. Like you see here, really it's just figs, maybe a little bit of sugar, and you just let it cook down for a very long time. And then that's what you'll get. You can put that with your toast, your fig toast. Here's my Uncle Court's famous fig jam too.
Actually, Philip Watson made
this is Philip Watson's fig jam. There you go.
Is that right? He makes his fig jam. No doubt. Isn't that fantastic?
So.
But I mean, think about this 2-hour show. I mean, these incredible flowers, these incredible trees that you brought, and then you brought the cauliflower, right? You brought the broccoli, you brought those amazing tomatoes, and now this fig tree. So it really comes under the big umbrella of what Roberta's is all about, of hard to find yet easy to grow. So in the Roberta's world, the family, like you got these from scratch. How long did you say that the fig tree's growing before I actually get it?
Home, it'll be about a year old, and so you will be getting fruit this very year. And Rick, have you ever eaten a fresh fig before?
I've never in my life had a fresh fig. Have you, Rosina? Rosina
Well,
has.
my uncle, he's not Mike, so.
They're so delicious.
Good?
They are
really
very soft. It's almost like pudding on the inside. Like the texture is very soft. It's, that you eat the whole thing. Maybe you've never seen them before, so you don't know what to do with them. You eat the skin, the inside, all of it.
Come back to the tree for a second. Like where do you plant the tree? How big does the tree get? Where do you put it?
Well, you can plant it right outside. That's why this Chicago Hardy fig is so special. You don't have to keep it in a container. You're welcome to, like we have it here. And if you do it in a container, it's only going to grow as large as that container will allow. But it will grow into a full-size tree. I don't know if you've been to Greece or southern France. I lived there for a year. Fig trees grow quite large, so put it somewhere in your backyard where where it can have the space to grow large and in charge, like you see here with my brother. That tree, I don't know if you can see, but it's starting to get covered in green figs. And they will start off green, and as they ripen, they turn this gorgeous kind of like eggplant purple. And when you cut it in half, like you see on that delicious looking fig jam, fig toast, excuse me, it's like ruby red on the inside.
It's like a.
They're super soft. They're super sweet to eat. Honestly, Rick, I would recommend you pick one of these up for yourself.
Like a date, right? It's really sweet.
Like a date.
There you go. Now I want to get. You're making me shop here. That's what you're and Rosina, who's coming up next, she said she tried hers in Italy, and it was absolutely fantastic. You people get around. You get around the world. You live in different countries, and life is good. Hey, we're going to wrap this up. It's M53093. Down to the final 10 minutes of this big show from Roberta's. Great information. And here's the update on the tomatoes. You know what? Why don't we do it? Let's bring it.